Why is it important? These videos deal with foreign workers and their desire to work in Canada. I will try to explain how foreign workers can find work in Canada while still living in another country. A lot of information is packaged in the 18 videos you just downloaded, so please be patient and use the companion PDF file ebook whenever possible. PDF file is in the same zip file as this video. This ebook will help you navigate through the videos more efficiently. So, why is job search in Canada so important, you may ask? The answer is very simple. Working in Canada is the first and probably the most important step if you and your family want to come to Canada permanently. Let's take a look at this picture and let's imagine these are the only legal doors to enter Canada. Actually, what I just said is true. These really are the only 3 legal ways to enter Canada and stay in it permanently. You can come to Canada in one of the economic immigration programs, such as Federal Skilled Worker, Canadian Experience Class, provincial immigration programs for skilled workers, etc. Or you can become a permanent resident of Canada in the family class of immigration programs. For example, your Canadian husband or wife or parent can sponsor your PR application. Third, and the last door to legal immigration to Canada is the humanitarian class of applications. Every year, Canada accepts thousands of refugees and other people seeking protection in Canada. So that's it. If you want to move to Canada, you have to pick one of these 3 doors because there are no other doors for legal immigration to Canada. Now that you understand what those 3 doors mean, it is also important to know that some of those 3 doors are smaller and some are bigger. Let's take a look at this picture. Economic class door is the biggest one because approximately 60% of all new immigrants, permanent residents, come to Canada in one of the economic immigration programs. Approximately 25% of them come in the family class, and only around 15% of new immigrants secure their permanent residence in Canada using one of the humanitarian immigration programs. You can see both those percentages and absolute numbers on this pie chart. Those are the numbers for 2016, but it is very likely relative proportions for each immigration class will remain the same, even though current immigration minister has announced that overall immigration levels will go up to 300,000 per year in the next 3 years. Clearly, economic immigration programs are the best option for most people who are interested in immigration to Canada because far fewer immigrants get their permanent resident status using family class or humanitarian stream of immigration. And here we come to the important point. If you get authorization to work in Canada, many different immigration programs will be potentially available to you if you want to apply for permanent status in Canada. In a few situations, you will be able to start your immigration process even with a job offer only. Keep this in mind. A job in Canada will open the doors to permanent immigration to Canada for you and your family. Is it possible? Okay, you may say, now I understand how important it is to have a job in Canada, but I am still not sure how difficult or how easy it is to find work in Canada for someone who is living in a faraway country. It is not easy, but it is definitely possible. Why would Canadian employers hire me when I live on another continent? Why don't hire people who are already in Canada? I think to answer this question properly, it would require another 2-hour video. For now, let's take a look at this simple explanation. The average Canadian is 41 years old. Canadians, like most developed Western countries, have very few children, not enough for basic reproduction of their society. With a current fertility rate of approximately 1.6 children, without immigration, Canada would run out of people very soon. I mean all people, not only working-age people. On average, Canadians are not very healthy. Half of all Canadians reported at least one chronic health condition that they have to deal with. Canadian post-secondary education is not free. In fact, it is very expensive. If a young Canadian lives with their parents and enters college or university, it will cost them approximately $9,300 for every year of education. If that very same student decides to live on their own, therefore they must pay for rent, food, etc., then the cost of education for 1 year goes up to unbelievable amount of approximately $20,000 per year. It is very cost efficient to import already graduated students from other countries rather than educate Canadians, it seems. Also, a significant number of Canadians have substance abuse problems, which interfere with their ability to work. 16,364 Canadians died in the period between 2016 and 2020 due to opioid overdoses. The way things look now, Canada will need a lot of immigrants in the many years to come. The majority of them will always come in the economic class of immigration. As we will see a bit later on, Canadian employers must try to recruit Canadian citizens and permanent residents before they get permission to hire a foreign worker. That permission is called LMIA, or Positive Labor Market Impact Assessment. Canadian employers are allowed to hire foreign workers only if no qualified Canadian citizens or permanent residents are available to do the job. To make the long story short, finding work in Canada as a foreign worker is not easy. It is not easy even for Canadians. But on the other hand, thousands of foreign workers come to Canada every year, therefore it is possible to find work while living outside Canada. Let's take a look at these numbers. First, let's take a look at this bottom number here. Yes, you see correctly. Canadian immigration has approved over 800,000 work permits in the year 2015, 2016, and 2017. Statistics for the last 3 years are very similar. This is a huge number of work permits, and as you can see, most of them did not need labor market impact assessment. Work permits which require LMIA are indicated in the first row, Temporary Foreign Worker Program. And work permits which do not require LMIA are issued in the International Mobility Program. So you can think about it this way. If those 838,580 foreign workers managed to find work, get work permits with LMIA or without LMIA, it is very likely you will find a way to do the same. What you need is reliable information and determination. We will provide you with useful and reliable information. You can take care of the determination part.